I want to, dig a little deeper into this
Sure.
point that you made. So, whenever you look at marketing measurements, the real challenge that probably the board or the CEO really faces is, what the CMO comes and says, my brand awareness scores have gone very high. I won a lot of, top of mind recall because of my media plans about the brand, and he would actually, or she would actually, keep presenting these measures, but actually, the sales may not have happened. Okay, so there is this big conflict or misalignment between the metrics that a CMO or a marketing head presents versus the real business metrics where probably the board measures the CXOs. And how do you really reconcile to that?
No, I think Swami, absolutely valid observation. And what happens, and that's what I said. What happens today is the marketing decides their own particular KPIs in the measurement, and that is what happens most of the time. It is not linked or partially linked with what the other particular part the organization look for. The audience set, and I'll tell you before even getting audience sets are also very very different from that actually look for. The first thing that is a marketing that should look for, and I think going forward that is how the organization for the future will also like from a marketing standpoint, is there has to be one particular standard unified matrix measurement which can actually define if whether it is sales, whether it is marketing, whether it is advertising. These are the parameters has to be measured on which the marketing success for an entire particular activity, you call it campaign, you call it marketing program, that to happen, whether it's a short term, whether it's long term, that has to be measured. What would normally do today, and I have seen most of the time in most of the different industries that I work for, is everybody comes with their own particular set of measurement. I think that not a right measurement to actually look for. If my job is provided for sales enablement, if my job is for only for engagement, if my objective is primarily for awareness, everything can't deliver you what the sales that you look for. Everything has a different contribution in the way you actually build and cross. So you have to have a very clear understanding of matrix, and that's what I said. What happens is, Swami, and because of a lot of conversation which marketing doesn't drive or not being part of that conversation, you always get something which is on your head, which is decided this is what your KPI has to be do. That narrative has to be changed because that conversation need to change from a marketer saying, please measure me, and please measure me on these 10 parameters, because this is what my relevant parameters are. And it is just like saying that if I'm a heart patient and you're saying, boss, everything is fine, but end of the day your hair fall is very high, so how does it actually fits into the entire particular bill? I'm talking about a heartbeat rate, I have a heart issue, but you're talking about, no, no, hair fall is one of the symptoms that need to. It doesn't work it doesn't work in any of the industries to build it. The only thing is need to get that particular conversation right with the right matrix in terms of the alignment. Because what happens is that obviously this question comes to marketers, and since I'm representing a fraternity of marketing today, what happens today, marketers also shy in terms of having those conversations, whether I will be able to deliver. If you're not convinced what you need to, don't go. Just take a step back and stand up and say, no, I will not be able to deliver. That's fine. But doing a dissection and doing an entire particular cut through tomorrow, when you think that the things have not worked, it will not work. If I'm actually trying to run a marathon, but I'm trying to gauge the speed of 100 meters, it will never work. It will never work in that balance.